Hello friends, welcome to my channel. BedirKM2 is here. Today I want to talk about why I no longer play World of Tanks. Many of my friends and some viewers from the channel have mentioned that they want to see tank games. After 13 years I quit World of Tanks and there are several reasons for this. I want to summarize these to you. First of all, the game is too difficult for new players. And this is really something huge for the future of the World of Tanks. Second, experienced players dominate newcomers at tiers 4, 5 and 6 with their advanced crews, tanks and knowledge. This is what we call seal clubbing. Third, the ridiculous RNG system. Fourth, the ridiculous matchmaking. 5. OP premium tanks that requires real money. And 6. Cheaters. These are just some of the reasons why I stopped playing. Of course, these are just my personal reasons, and whether you agree or not is up to you. However, these are the key factors that pushed me to the point where I no longer enjoy the game, but instead feel exhausted by it. So let's start. First of all, the game is too difficult for new players. A beginner has to learn about tanks and tank characteristics, types, armors, shell types, gun depressions, shell ricochets, maps, destructible-indestructible objects, concealment mechanics, bush mechanics, and many more features. This means an overwhelming amount of mechanics to grasp. On top of that, there's a restriction for the first 5,000 battles. At first glance, this might seem like a logical adjustment period, but the issue is that players can grind a tier 10 tank within those 5,000 battles. Once this restriction is lifted, they find themselves like lambs among the wolves on the real battlefield. To give you real numbers, out of nearly 30 friends I invited to the game, only one of them is still playing. This clearly shows how difficult it is to start and adapt to the game. Seal clubbers is other problem. Another major difficulty for new players is encountering these kinds of experienced players. Seal clubbers stays at tiers 4, 5 and 6. While having access to superior consumables, highly trained commanders, top-tier equipments, and extensive map knowledge. They prey on beginners, making the learning experience frustrating. Many new players quit after getting destroyed by an unseen enemy with a blind shot. In fact, out of 30 people I invited to the game, 20 of them quit. Because of this very reason. They kept asking me, why was I destroyed? Telling a new player the enemy player predicted you would be there just doesn't make sense to someone who just starting. It feels unfair and discouraging. And the other problem, ridiculous RNG system. This is one of the most ridiculous mechanic in the game. RNG, random number generator, influences shots randomly, sometimes in your favor, sometimes against you. But why? Why is the reason behind this mechanic? Even if we assume the game aims for realism by factoring in wind and other environmental conditions, RNG works in a completely different way. It's a system that causes some of your shoots to miss and some of your missed shoots to magically hit. From a developer's perspective, implementing such a system makes sense if the goal is to make more money. Even in poker game, certain values like dice rolls or table odds are manipulated to keep things unpredictable. While your skills and decisions influence the game's outcome, a predetermined percentage, usually around 20 or 30%, is already decided at the start. This is exactly what happens in World of Tanks. RNG plays the game. RNG plays a significant role in determining which team will win or lose before the match even begins. Otherwise, well-known and highly skilled players wouldn't have win rates below 70%. Out of the hundreds of thousands of players who have played over 100,000 battles, how many of them achieved 80% win rate? Almost none. That alone speaks volumes. 4. Matchmaking is a problem. This game seems to be designed specifically to control win-lose outcomes. How else can you explain situations where one team gets 3 E100s while the other team gets AMX 50Bs? Or consider how one team gets Grill 15s while the other team gets Jagdpanzers E100s. These imbalanced team compositions directly influence the match outcome before the battle even begins. And then there's an infamous +2 -2 matchmaking system. This means you can be playing in a tier 8 tank and get thrown into the battle against tier 10 tanks, making your contribution almost meaningless. How is a tier 8 supposed to compete with the heavily armored tier 10s that completely outclass it? This kind of matchmaking doesn't create a fair competition. It creates frustration. And there is another problem: OP premium tanks. What can we say about OP premium tanks? BZ 176, Exam 57, Borask, Skoda T56. These tanks are insanely strong. Have you ever tried taking down a tier 8 Skoda T56 with a tier 6 Cheetah Japan tank? Try it. It's practically impossible. Sure, not all premium tanks are OP, but some of them break the game's balance so badly that it becomes frustrating to play. When a handful of premium tanks dominate the battlefield, it completely ruins the experience for the regular players. And the final problem for me is cheating. Yes, it's not hidden anymore. They are just cheating and they are doing it. You saw the artilleries, you are living with it. You saw the TDs, you are living with it. There is nothing to do about it. And wargaming is not doing anything about it. So I quit the game and I don't want to make World of Tanks videos. Sorry guys. I played it, I had fun. I wasn't very good, but I liked it. And that's all. It's over for me. But if you want, we can try new games. I can't wait for the new games of wargaming. Did you hear about Steel Hunters and Project Cold War? I loved them. I hope those games won't be like World of Tanks or World of Tanks Blitz in the future, because I really love these two games and now they're gone. I really feel upset. So thanks for watching, and by the way, if you watched my video until the end, please give me a like and subscribe. See you soon.